Hello, Buckeye Nation. All things must come to an end, and you don't always get the ending that you want. But it's how you pick up the pieces and move forward that determines whether you come out stronger in the end or whether you crumble. That Cotton Bowl left a lot to be desired, but now that we are officially in the off season, it's time to wrap things up, and that's what I'm going to do with this show. Let's dig into it more after the intro. Welcome to Buckeye Football Fangirl. If this is your first time here, my name is Lisa and I'm the gal behind this channel. This is my least favorite show to do each year because it means that we have a long off season ahead of us. It's going to feel like an eternity until football is back, and I just can't seem to get as passionate about basketball, baseball, or even Buckeye football recruiting the same way that I do with Buckeye football games. This was my 4th year running this channel, and it has been incredible getting to talk to you all about the games and getting hyped up together. I want to start things out by giving you all a huge thank you for tuning in this year. Thank you so much for the gift of your precious time and for everyone who left me a comment or shared the video with a friend. Even when games don't end the way that we want them to, there's something incredibly special about this Buckeye fandom and the way that cheering for this team bonds us together. I've met some incredibly cool people through this channel, and so from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being so cool and for making these games so much more fun. Speaking of fun, do you want to know something that wasn't fun? That Cotton Bowl game. That was an offensively atrocious game. And when I say offensively atrocious, I mean that our offense was so atrocious. It was offensive. Look, the defense held it down. They only allowed 2 scores and not until the 4th quarter. That is some pretty stinking good defensive play right there. Especially Jack Sawyer. He was on fire the whole game. He was a disruption maker, and it was awesome to see him absolutely wreak havoc on Missouri's offense. This whole entire year, the defense has been a joy to watch. Instead of filling my stomach with nerves every single time they stepped on the field, it's been so much nicer to feel a sense of relief knowing that they will get it done. The secondary especially was a night and day difference from a couple of years ago, and I especially loved getting to see Burke, Hancock, and Igbinosun just ball out. But that offense in the Cotton Bowl was bad, real bad. They've been sus all season, but that was bad. Like, I could smell how bad they were all the way from Northeast Ohio bad. If they can't score more than 14 points, what in the world are we even doing? I don't blame this game on one player alone. The offense needs to be able to play together as a unit. But we never got a chance to see what Brown could really do before he got hurt, and then Kienholz got thrown into the mix with basically no playing time to his name. A few snaps during the whatever game doesn't really count as real experience, and he was running for his life the entire night as Missouri defenders streamed through the offensive line like water through a sieve. After that horrific offensive performance that reminded a lot of people how Iowa plays football, there are cries for change filling the air, or at least the message boards and Twitter. I'm no football expert, but it is obvious that something is misaligned with the offense. One thing I do know is the definition of insanity, and that Ohio State can't keep doing the same things expecting it to just work itself out. The offseason is the perfect time for changes to be implemented, and if we all had to suffer through that painfully bad Cotton Bowl as fans, the best thing that I'm hoping for is that game becomes the catalyst for change. Let's hope that the bad game for the ego turns into a great game for the soul. At this point, my eyes are on the offseason, so Ryan Day, don't let us down. Do what you've got to do so that we do not have to endure another game like what we saw in that Cotton Bowl. It will certainly be interesting to see how next year plays out, as what happened this year with Ohio State being left out of the playoff will likely not happen again. We're at the end of an era, and I could not be looking forward more to the 12-team playoff. Now, I will caveat that to say, if no changes are made between now and then, maybe I shouldn't be looking forward to it because embarrassment is likely on the horizon. As embarrassing as that loss to Missouri was offensively, it doesn't feel like the Buckeyes are that far off. Figure it out on offense, and they'll be golden. Now, I know, it's much easier said than done. However, I have faith that they can do it. Blind faith perhaps, but faith. It seems like recently the Buckeyes have either had it figured out on offense, but not on defense, or on defense, but not on offense, but not both at the same time. So it's about time that both sides clicked at the same time. Maybe our new quarterback will be the answer to this? And then again, it's hard to know for sure. What are your thoughts on everything? I would love to know how you are feeling, so please go ahead, drop me a comment below with your take on it all. Despite the season not having the outcome that we want, it hurts losing to TTUN again and not getting a shot at the Natty. I am still incredibly grateful for each and every Buckeye football player who made it possible to watch these games. These players are human and they are not perfect. And despite not reaching the ultimate goals, I still choose to find joy in the highs that we all experience throughout the season. I will never forget certain moments like that down to the last second game against Notre Dame. That nail-biter is an all-time classic. Memories of incredible catches by Marvin Harrison Jr. and clutch plays by Egbuka and the X-Man will live on forever. Watching TreVeyon bust out of a hole and down the field was pure joy, as was the grit and attitude Cade Stover played with. The defense was my favorite part of the team this year, with brilliant plays made by so many players. Burke, Tuimoloau, Sawyer, Eichenberg, Styles, Igbinosun, Hancock, Tyleik, and Michael Hall Jr., just to name a few. The reincarnation of the "you got barbecue back there and you didn't invite me" reaction by Gus Johnson after Burke laid a guy out will forever put a smile on my face. I, for one, hope that Burke comes back for one more year, but even if he doesn't, he'll forever be a legendary player in my mind. What were some of your favorite moments for this season? Who were your all-time favorite players to watch? Go ahead, drop me a comment below with those. I would love to hear about them. It's time to wrap this wrap-up up. It'll be quite a while until my next video, as I take the off-season off to focus on other goals and priorities in my life. I will miss this, but as Arnold said, I'll be back. Let's hope we see a Buckeye team that has picked up all the pieces during this offseason and who comes back stronger. A team who has grit and discipline and determination that will take them places. A team that is ready to get that natty. With that, I'll see you on the other side of the offseason. OH.